Welcome to This Week in Health IT events, where we amplify great ideas with interviews from the floor. My name is Bill Russell, healthcare CIO coach and creator of This Week in Health IT, a set of podcasts and videos dedicated to developing the next generation of health leaders. We want to thank our founding channel sponsors who make this content possible, Health Lyrics and VMware. If you want to be a part of our mission to develop health leaders, go to thisweekhealth.com/sponsor for more information. This episode is sponsored by Health Lyrics. When I became a CIO, I was really overwhelmed at first, and one of the first things I did was to sign a CIO coach to walk with me through the journey. This was someone who had wisdom that can only be gained through years of experience. It was invaluable to my success in the role, and I now coach CIOs through Health Lyrics. If you want to learn more, visit healthlyrics.com or drop me a note at bill@thisweekinhealthit.com. Over the next 3 weeks, we have a huge treat for you. I'm really excited about it. I just got back from the CHIME Fall Forum in Scottsdale, which was a great event, and we caught up with 12 active CIOs from various size health systems and asked them to take a look back at 2019 and a look forward at 2020. You're going to hear what they're excited to have accomplished last year and what they're looking forward to accomplish next year. I asked each of them the same 8 questions, and I think you're going to be fascinated to hear the similarities and the differences based on where they're at, geography, and other things. Each of these interviews is about 10 minutes long, so you can listen to them really quick, and some of you listen at 1.5 times speed, so it's going to go like that. We're going to publish one a day with a few Newsday episodes sprinkled in through the end of November, so check back every day for the next episode, and don't forget to look back to see if you missed any. Our next conversation is with Gina Ragans. Gina is the Chief Information Officer for HCA in the North Florida division. Gives you an idea of how big they are. We had a really good conversation. I hope you enjoy. So Gina Ragans joining us at CHIME 19 Fall Forum. I guess I don't need to announce that since there's a big thing behind me. I don't know why I keep doing that. You're with HCA in Tallahassee.
Correct.
Great. Thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. We're going to take what we've been doing is taking a look back and a look forward. So look back at 2019, look forward to 2020. And I have these 8 questions I'm asking CIOs, and I appreciate you coming in. The first one is, just in the last year, how has the role of the CIO changed? Maybe not over the last 5 years, just the last year. Have things changed at all?
I would say for me, the big buzzword right now is digital. And how do you infuse technology and data into healthcare and make it smarter? How do we improve the care of our patients through technology and through data? And so for me, that is really something that we're focused on. How do we do that through innovation? How do we do that through data analytics, artificial intelligence, different tools like that? So I would say that's the focus has shifted a little bit over the last year, really looking at how can we make a difference in healthcare leveraging those technologies.
Yeah, so as you're looking forward to 2020, what are some of your health systems priorities that you're supporting with Health IT?
Well, cybersecurity is always a big word.
That's huge.
Improving the environment for our caregivers. How do we create efficiencies? How do we leverage mobile technology to improve the way we deliver care? That's a big focus for us. How do we eliminate or minimize alarms is a big focus for us. So I would say those are probably the big highlights.
So you're not going to be bored next year, is what you're saying?
No, my list of portfolio is very large.
Yeah. It sounds like you have a lot of things going on. So let's focus those down. What's one thing that you think is going to move the needle from a patient experience standpoint?
One of the things that we're actually focusing on is how do we bring technology actually into the patient room. So we're looking at integrating clinical data, communication, handoffs, actually on a television in the room or either on a mobile device. And that will create context both for the patients, the family, as well as the caregiver, to really talk about what is going on with the patient. So that's something that we're actually looking at. We also are looking at Alexa type devices, and what and how would we leverage that in healthcare? What would patients and families want to utilize an Alexa type device for? So that's something that we actually are looking at doing as a pilot, and it really is learning. What would they be looking for? How would they want to use it? So.
Yeah, voice and ambient listening is a common topic at this point. What's one initiative that you think is going to materially improve the clinician experience within your system?
Well, we're hearing a lot about how do we integrate technology through wearables, mobile devices. How do we integrate care into the home setting? What if that data is relevant? What would we want to bring into the electronic health record? So I think that's something that could provide efficiency both for our nurses as well as our physicians, and create that connection. So that would be one. The other is, how do you connect all of these data sources and make them relevant to be able to change the way we deliver care? So those are really, I would say, the top two.
So as you look back on 2019, what's the thing you're most proud of your team in Health IT in terms of what they accomplished in 2019?
Just the various innovations and that we've been able to partner with the business on and look at how we can change the way care is delivered. They're a very creative group of professionals, and they want to make a difference. So, I would say that's what I'm most proud of, is what we've been able to accomplish. And
yeah, it's amazing, all these interviews I'm doing. It makes you proud to be a part of this community of Health IT, because there's a lot of really smart, creative, just people who've gotten into this with a passion to making life better for the clinicians and for the community that they live in. It's fantastic. Is there any? I've been asking this question of, what's a missed opportunity for 2019, but I'm not getting the answer I want. So I'm going to change the question to more like, what do you wish you had more time to focus on in 2019 that you just didn't have enough time to do?
I would say spend in the facilities, understanding the why, really making the connections. I think we missed that opportunity to really be elbow to elbow with the clinicians, both the nurses, the physicians, really understanding where their pain points, rather than the day-to-day operational, a PC's broken or a phone's not working or something like that, but really understanding where are the big rocks that we can make a difference through technology. So for me, that's a big opportunity for 2020, is how do I get myself and my team more engaged, boots on the ground in the facility, so we make sure that we're focusing on the right things.
How would you, so this isn't a question on the card, so how do you gather the voice of the clinical community? What's the best way that you found to hear what their concerns are and what's working for them and what's not working for them?
In my organization, we actually have a plethora of different venues for that. We have clinical governance, we have employee engagement surveys that we are doing 2 to 3 times a year. We do rounding, daily rounding. There's a bunch of different mechanisms that we use for that. I think the challenge is, how do you assimilate all of those together and create actionable results or plans or tactics. I think we have good forums. It's just being able to convert that into actionable information.
Is there a specific area you'd like to see more innovation? If there's like one area that you'd like to see the industry really move forward, what's the area you'd like to see more innovation?
Well, I actually had an opportunity to attend a focus group here at CHIME And it talked a lot about artificial intelligence, natural language processing, and how do we really mine data. I also attended one that talked about genomics and how genomics will really change the way we deliver care going forward. So I really would like to get more information about that. And then the other is, how do you connect all the dots? So for me, my dad is, I'm his caregiver. And all of the different clinicians and physicians and specialists, and how do you make sure that they all have the right information to be able to treat him appropriately and aren't creating redundant tests, and so integration, connecting the dots, and then genomics and how will that really change how we deliver care. And then the last is really the artificial intelligence, predictive analytics. I mean, how do we leverage that more, again, to the betterment of our patients?
Absolutely. And this is what our user community has asked us to ask CIOs this, and I think it's a relevant question, which is, what health IT roles do you expect to be hiring in 2020?
For me, it's one's really tied to, what we've been talking about is, data science, people that understand how to mine data, how to make it meaningful, and how to visually display it in such a way that it's meaningful. So we really are looking at more development, data science type roles. So I think those will be the ones that we focus on going into 2020.
It's been interesting. Data mining, data science, data visualization has been probably the most common answer. The healthcare is awash with data, and we're trying to find ways to make it more valuable to the caregivers.
Well, we really have kind of gone from data poor to data rich. Now what do we do with it?
Yeah.
How do we make it actionable to change the way we deliver healthcare? So it's an exciting time.
It is.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed the conversation. Remember to check back often, as we are going to drop an episode a day for most of November of 2019. Following that, please come back every Friday for more great interviews with influencers, and don't forget, every Tuesday we take a look at the news which impacts health IT. If you want to support the fastest growing podcast in the health IT space, here's a few ways that you can do that. The first, share it with a peer, share it with a friend, share it with somebody who's working right there next to you. Number two, sign up for Insights and Staff Meeting. These are services designed to help you in your career. Number three, interact with our social media content on Twitter and LinkedIn. Number four, post or repost our content. And number five, always send me feedback, bill@thisweekinhealthit.com. Your insights continue to shape the channel. This show is a production of This Week in Health IT. For more great content, you can check out our website at thisweekhealth.com or our YouTube channel. Special thanks to our sponsors, VMware and Health Lyrics, for choosing to invest in developing the next generation of health leaders. Thanks for listening. That's all for now.